everyone, welcome. Tonight's feature of Inside the Oven is about candy canes. I am your host, Michelle Plusinski, and I am co-owner of the Glass Academy. We're located here in Dearborn, Michigan, home of Henry Ford. We are innovators, entrepreneurs, craftsmen, and a small business located in the Detroit community. We do this awesome holiday show. In front of you, you'll see our season pack of candy canes. These are fun items that everyone can give for gift giving. And we learned this technique from an Italian master, Lino, who came over to the United States in the early 90s. And he was making these awesome goblets with these crazy cool color patterns inside. And we just fell in love with the technique. It was really something we wanted to learn more of. And as the years went on and our business grew, we were able to refine a product, the candy cane, that allowed us to use these simple techniques that Lino taught us, but had a really punch and pack of color in them. So today with me, I have two ribbons, one purple, one green. And what I wanted to show you is if you lay these on top of each other and then kind of twist them up, can you imagine how that green and the purple twist together to make a pattern? It's a little hard to see in this ribbon, but when you twist them up, you get these really cool patterns. In just a minute, I'll do some close-up details of them. So we do that within the hot glass. We take layers of color, and sometimes here I have another pattern. This is a purple with a green stripe over it. If you can imagine, this is hot molten glass. Now clearly I wouldn't be touching it, but here it is, hot molten glass. We encase it or cover it all with this clear and make this big round solid core of clear glass with color inside. And when we get that super hot, we stretch it out. And it's like taffy. Many of the techniques in glass can relate to cooking comparisons. And so when we get it super hot, twist it and stretch it, we can get this thing to roll about 40 feet long. So we stretch these out in the studio, and then we cut them into strips. Once we cut them into strips, we have to bend them to get that candy cane technique. And then there's a few more finishing steps before it's ready for resale. But we make these candy canes in our studio for the holiday season. They are available starting November 30th in the Dearborn studio. And I'm just gonna do a close-up pan of a couple other things that we've done. This studio that I'm sitting in today, this is our design studio. This is where we get together, the masterminds of creating how we wanna go forward with our product colors. We pick different colors every season. We do our photo shoots here. Products that end up in our studio you'll see on Instagram, and this is where all the magic happens. We brainstorm ideas, how we're going to promote it, what we want to charge. As a small business, those are times, we call them think tank times. That's time where we need to sit back and think about what we want to make and present to you guys that you can afford to buy and that you'll really enjoy sharing with your friends and family during the holiday season. So let me show you a couple more close-ups. Okay. We have the 3-pack that we're going to sell this year at our Christmas show is right here. If you follow us on Instagram, you're going to see these. And if you're on our e-news, you can actually buy these as a gift set. And emails are going to be coming up about that soon. So that's our gift pack. Here's a little variation on the color theme. This one here is, let me scoot it over the table. It's sort of a minty green. We took white and put green on the edges, then twisted it up to get this cool pattern. What else do we have? So this is our testing ground. So here's another example. This one looks really cool sitting down. When you hold it up to the light, it's a really light blue. It's called copper blue. And then next to it, I have two more. We test each color pattern. So this one here, what I was looking for was kind of the breast cancer pink. And this is a little deeper in color than I wanted. It's a pink over a white. So glass colors aren't ones you can mix together like paint. You have to kind of layer them. This here is a little more successful what I'm looking for. But still, we're gonna need another round, and I wanna add some white to those edges. So again, two different pinks, kind of the same process, but different thicknesses of color produce different hues. This right here is another pink variety with the white. Very cool. These are for sale in our Dearborn studio, and we'll also offer them online, glassacademy.com. We are a small business, so don't jump on top of me. They're not available yet because As you can see, these right here are not finished. The edges are sharp, and this cool little bend is not put in these yet. These are just solid rods. So we are still in the process of manufacturing these, but by November 30th, our deadline will be ready. This one here is kind of an interesting color. It's kind of an orange. We thought it was a red. We thought it would be a little nicer. I'm not too pleased with it. It's not my favorite, but actually when I compared it and put it on a white tree, it actually popped and looked really cool. So that's going to be the end of today's video. When we go to the studio November 30th, we're going to do live demonstrations of how these canes are made. So stay tuned on our YouTube channel. We'll post those videos as we get them. Thanks so much for joining in tonight. This is another session of Inside the Oven with the Glass Academy. Have a great night.